Hello to everyone. Today, with each passing day, we are seeing more and more successes for the Ukrainian Armed Forces. But beside these successes, there is another very interesting piece of news that I'd like to start this video with and hear your thoughts on. Schuster has stated that Putin won't live to see the end of this year.
Путин, в принципе, не доживет до конца этого года. Это сказал консилиум врачей и сказал это прямо Путину. А последний консилиум был несколько дней назад, и врачи даже были удивлены, что он еще жив. И вообще-то, по идее, он даже октябрь не должен...
Friends, what do you think about this? Another fake news, or is it true? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's move on to the front lines. I'd like to start with the Avdiivka direction. Yesterday I reported that the map update showed that the occupiers had managed to advance in the area of the village of Vesele. However, as it later turned out, this was a map clarification. The occupiers have been present there for a while, and there are no new offensive operations taking place. This is excellent news because the Russians are not making any progress at all. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are advancing significantly towards Donetsk. Though experts today say that no one will be going to Donetsk, that might be the case. However, it's officially confirmed that the Ukrainian Armed Forces have liberated a part of Opytne near Donetsk. It's apparent that it's only 2 kilometers from the village to Donetsk airport. We are eagerly waiting to see how the battles for Opytne will conclude. As of now, the Ukrainian side hasn't officially confirmed the whole village's liberation. The Ukrainian Armed Forces, however, describe the situation as follows. In Opytne, the complexity of the situation lies in the intensity of Russian artillery, but the infantry has been pushed back. Some Russian telegram channels are already reporting that they shamefully retreated from the village. In any case, we are waiting for official confirmation and map updates. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you to share this video on social media and watch it until the end. It would greatly help promote my channel. Thank you. Further south in Marinka, the occupiers are also facing setbacks. I mentioned recently that battles were being reported in the occupied part of Marinka. As a result, some Russian telegram channels began reporting that Russian forces had been pushed back in Marinka to positions from 2022. There are no official confirmations of this yet, so we will continue to monitor the situation. However, I believe this news would bring joy to many if confirmed. In the Vuhledar direction, there have been no new attacks by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The situation around Novodonetsk and Novomayorsk has stabilized. In the direction of Prechestivka, all Russian attacks have also ceased and only shelling continues. On the Zaporizhia front, it was announced yesterday that Ukrainian forces have secured new territory, managing to completely liberate it from the occupiers for about 1.5 kilometers. However, there are no reports of new large-scale offensive actions, although tactical battles continue in the areas of Novoprokopivka and Verbove. Russians, in their reports, also claim that the Ukrainian Armed Forces have advanced in the Novoprokopivka area. It appears that despite the fact that the Russians have deployed their most combat-ready units here today, they are unable to hold their defense. Ukrainian forces are making gradual progress. Meanwhile, attacks in the rear continue. Yesterday, closer to the evening, there were reports of new explosions in Melitopol, but there are no details available at the moment. In the Kherson direction, the situation remains challenging due to continuous shelling. Attacks are taking place along the entire front line, but there have been no changes to the front line itself. However, the Russians have decided to invent their own success story by claiming that they destroyed 3 Ukrainian vessels near Zmyiny Island in the Black Sea. There is no confirmation of these claims, so it's just their fairy tales. In the Kupyansk direction, the occupiers have shown that their army is not capable of a large-scale breakthrough. In the area of Sinkivka, they failed to breach the Ukrainian defense, and today only shelling is reported. The settlement remains in the gray zone. Moreover, if you look at another map, this village is marked as under Ukrainian control. Therefore, all the claims by the Russians about capturing the village turned out to be their fantasies. Currently, the distance from the front line to the outskirts of Kupyansk is about 8 kilometers. The occupiers are unable to advance over such a distance. That's why it's reported that Russia is preparing for a new large-scale mobilization at the end of September. So preparations are necessary. It won't get any easier on the front line due to this. In the vicinity of Swatva, once again, the occupiers have failed in their attempts to capture Novayegorivka, and the front line remains unchanged. Only artillery exchanges are being reported for now. If you look at the geolocation map, you can see that the occupiers previously managed to capture a portion of the Ukrainian positions. However, the recent attacks have only resulted in losses for the Russians. It's evident that the Ukrainian forces are actively continuing to destroy Russian equipment and positions in this area. In the Kremenna and Siversk direction, the occupiers are conducting offensive actions near Berestova. Here, they are attempting to advance in various directions but haven't achieved any success. Over the past day, the front line in this area has also remained unchanged. In the Bakhmut direction, active fighting continues in the areas of Orikhovo-Vasilievka and Bogdanivka. There are also artillery shelling on the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in these settlements. However, over the past day, there have been no new successes for the Russians in this area, and the front line remains unchanged. Moving south to Klishchiivka, the occupiers who had previously prevented the Ukrainian forces from clearing the entire territory around the village are conducting their counterattacks. Despite the difficulties, success is still on the side of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Position after position, the occupiers are retreating. In the area of Andreevka, there is partial confirmation of what the Russians claimed about their withdrawal from Andreevka. Today, the General Staff reports that the occupiers are shelling Andreevka, which may indicate the presence of Ukrainian forces in the village. Therefore, we await the complete clearance of the village from the occupiers and another liberation. Meanwhile, clashes have started between Belarus and Poland. Yes, friends, you heard it right. It is reported that a group of 7 individuals in Belarusian uniforms with concealed faces pelted Polish patrol officers with stones from the Belarusian side of the border. The attackers had slingshots and flashlights, which they used to blind the Polish border guards. Polish authorities sent a special vehicle to the scene, and fortunately, there were no injuries. Poland's border service also reported that within the 24 hours of September 9th, 15 foreigners attempted to illegally enter Poland from Belarus. These include 9 citizens of Syria and a group of 4 individuals from Burundi and Congo. Also, today the General Staff of Ukraine also released footage of a special operation through which Ukraine regained control of the boycott towers. After the start of the full-scale invasion, the occupiers began storing ammunition and fuel for helicopters on the drilling rigs, as well as deploying radar systems to monitor the situation throughout the Black Sea. Special forces neutralized the Neva radar and captured a supply of manpads located on the drilling rig. The video also showed the destruction of an enemy aircraft by a soldier from the General Staff of Ukraine, Opytne unit, using a manpads, after which the enemy aviation was forced to retreat. During the mission, one of the soldiers, codenamed Conan, fell overboard and spent over 14 hours in the water. His comrades under aviation fire went back to rescue him, and he was saved.
Вишки Бойка – це бурові газовидобувні платформи біля берегів Криму в Чорному морі. У 2015 році, після анексії Криму, самопідйомні бурові установки були захоплені російськими військами та відбуксировані поближче до берегів Криму. А з початком повномасштабного вторгнення Росія використовувала вишки у військових цілях. На бурових платформах росіяни влаштували склади з боєприпасами і паливом для гелікоптерів. Також вони розмістили на вишках радіолокаційні станції, за допомогою яких моніторили ситуацію в усьому Чорному морі. Шлях до цілі для спецпризначенців особливо небезпечний. У відкритому морі вони практично як на долоні. Від російських літаків та безпілотників тут ніде не сховаєшся.
Ми не могли використовувати великий десантний катер, тому що він міг бути виявлений. І незважаючи на хвилі, ми на резиновому катері пішли на цю саму вишку.
Або наше крило.
Так, залучалися технічні засоби. Ми облетіли все дроном, обдивилися територію, подивилися на схематику взагалі самих платформ, який там підхід, який захід, який взагалі метраж тих є сходів, по яких ми будемо рухатися. Ну і ймовірні напрямки, де можуть стояти міни і подібно тому.
Врешті, катер з бійцями дістається до місця призначення. Море почало штормити, і невеликому гумовому катеру дуже складно пришвартуватися.
Самим складним, на мою думку, це було перешвартуватися і потрапити на цю платформу по одній простій причині. Море штормило, тобто і погодні умови не зовсім добре дозволяли нам це зробити.
Після того, як це нарешті вдається зробити, спецпризначенці починають обережно обстежувати платформу.
And that's all from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.